So hearing da over here. You guys are doing great. Cool. 2 decibels louder. Bum. Now the reason I have you have your hand in here is so you can monitor how much your jaw is moving. Say da 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 da. We articulate the D consonant with our tongue, not with our jaw. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. No jaw. Much better. Your mixed voice. So, I understand that it's very common as we go from our beefy, macho, just bad A chest voice, right? There's something that happens right there in the middle that nary the twain shall meet, right? This is how a very good opportunity to bridge that part of your voice. I don't think that happens to basses very much. You guys don't really frequent that area, right? Basses, raise your hand. You're all over the place. What are you?
I'm like
She's
trisectional. It's a weird world to live in. It's complicated.
It's complicated.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine. That means you will sometimes use this technique, right? So any of you middle voices, leads and baritones particularly, understand that kind of as we go through that transitional part, that sometimes there's, hey, I'm humming along in 3rd gear, and then I'm down in 1st gear, and I skip 1, right? Right, okay, cool. So experiment a little bit with those sounds to find yourself bridging that gap a little bit better. One of the things I want to make clear to everybody is that we have at our disposal a wide variety of sounds that we can create with the human voice that we almost never use when we sing. But that can be pedagogically useful. For example, don't take any implication to this word or what we're about to do, but I would like for you to give me a full body moan. Okay? I said to not do that. They laugh immediately. Okay, I'm ready to go. Oh! Ready? Here we go. Oh! So, pedagogically speaking, what I heard was very, very good vocal fold closure. There was no wasted sound in that at all. Now let's do it a little bit higher. Oh! Good. Be careful not to stray into either side where it's a sigh. Oh, I'm fainting. That's. Did you hear how my vocal folds parted and there was air kind of whooshing out? The other side is when we're getting into kind of a scream, like ah, or I won't demonstrate that. All right, but oh. Not bad. So be careful if you practice this at home. I had a colleague, the one that taught me this, her neighbors were used to her kind of practicing her stuff, but then she kind of found this technique and how awesome it was to help her in that middle part of her voice. So she would practice it at home. It'd be like 9:30 at night and she'd be in her chair going, oh! Oh! She's like, nailing it. Then the police showed up. Is somebody dying in here? Is everybody okay? So maybe do it when the neighbors are not at home or whatever. But But did you feel that connection to your voice? Okay, so that's what I mean when we have at our disposal sounds that we may not recognize as pedagogically useful, but they can be. Okay, stop blah blah blubbing. Let's do, can I have an B flat? A.
Hey, 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 hey.
Can I have everybody sing on an ascending scale, major scale, on Lu? Whoa. Baritones, where are you? Basses, where are you? You're going to stop on the 5th scale degree, and the rest of you are just going to keep going and then come back down. Wait. Take a breath whenever you need to. Cool. So we're going to play with a little tuning right here. Does everybody play a stringed instrument? Has anybody ever seen a stringed instrument? Cool. So they have pegs in the side, right? What are the pegs for? Tuning. So can you get your little tuning peg right here in your hand? And can you tune just slightly? So if I'm here, did you hear me tune just slightly high? If I'm here, I tune just slightly low. Right? So basses and baritones, can you find the 5th scale degree for me? Just pedal that thing, take a breath when you need to. The rest, leads and the tenors are. Good. Really good. That low note, just there you go. Cool. Switch roles, leads and tenors on that phone. Basses and baritones are going to do the scale. Really great unison. Higher. Whoa. Not quite together. Oh, good. 3rd. Super impressive. Good for you. Really great. Can we have bass? Can I have a C sharp, please? Give me a little bit of a shake. Oh! Yeah, swallow that crap out. All right, we're going to do another exercise here real quick, but I want us to just kind of, I'm sure Richard's talked about this before, but we're going to do a little bit of body alignment stuff. So if you can find the tops of your shoulders and have them be right over the tops of your hip. Oh, there they are. I forgot where my hips were. Those should be right over the top of each other, but for most folks, that is not quite far enough what you think it is. So there you go. Bring your shoulders a little bit more forward than you think you need to. Rotate your pelvis toward your belly button to where your knees unlock. That was good. Good for you. A little more this way. There you go. And then your head goes back. And telescope the back of your neck up. Cool. It should sit on the top of your spine like a bobblehead. Good. These muscles back here released. These muscles here in front released. I know that women don't necessarily like to admit that they have muscles here, nor should they ever be released. Right? They're taught at infancy to. Meanwhile, men are like. Right, so just feel comfortable, right? Just the object of the game is to use as little muscle as possible. Tension is defined as using muscles that are not required to complete the task, or using muscles that are required but beyond what is necessary to complete the task. Make sense?
Good answer.
Cool. So has anybody ever picked something up like this and it was really heavy, and then their muscles went, oh, you should not have done that, right? These muscles are not required for the task. You should have used these muscles, right? Anybody ever held a bowling ball or something really heavy in one hand like that? Those are the muscles that are required for the task, but if you do it for too long, it gets taxed, right? And muscles that are taxed, they shake. A lot of times especially in barbershop, they say, no vibrato, ever. That's physiologically impossible, but a lot of times what we hear is vibrato is actually one of these kinds of tensions that is actually a process called